everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on the first issue of Dynamite's adaptation of Darkwing Duck. Now, as you know, Darkwing Duck was a TV series back in the 90s, which mainly featured Drake Mallard as the costumed vigilante Darkwing Duck. Now, in the 2017 DuckTales reboot, we did see how, the Darkwing Duck TV series was made as a show within a show, with the Darkwing Duck in that series originally being Jim Starlin, who would later go on to become Negaduck with wasted potential, and the Jim Starlin and the Drake Mallard in that one being a sort of young fan, who was implied to be the son of Jim Starlin. So the cover mainly has Darkwing Duck posing for his Photoshop, and let's go on the story. It starts off with Darkwing Duck saying, "I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the scoopiest scaptator who cancels justice from the surface of sinister stones. I am, DW. And they kind of point out, we see how Launchpad points out that everyone's waiting, and we kind of see how, Darkwing Duck's given a big open ceremony and sort of getting ready to sort of meet everyone who he saved. And fun fact, in this series, it actually confirms that Olsen, who was in the 2017 DuckTales reboot, started off working for Glomgold until eventually becoming mayor of St. Canard, is also in this series, so confirming that he does have a Earth 1 counterpart. And we see them saying, "They're all my good side." And we see Olsen saying, "Before we unveil the statue in honor of Darkwing Duck, a few St. Canard citizens would like to share their personal experience being saved by our very own hometown hero. I wonder if the Emperor of the Isle of Canard is here." And even points out about saving civilians from angry mobs, even helping Morgana with a dangerous threat. And I do think if Morgana does show up in the DuckTales the sort of Darkwing Duck potential reboot by Seth Rogen, I could see it being a bit like Scarlet Witch from the MCU or X-Men Evolution. And turns out the first person is meant to be Herb, who mainly sells the sort of their version of Tupperware. And we see him saying, "Darkwing Duck sure has saved a lot of our feathers, and say the most heroic thing he ever did for me when I couldn't find a shipment of Crackerware." Crackerware? And so, of course, the conversation goes on for 2 hours. So, of course, everyone gets to their photos ready, and, of course, ends up with everyone getting possessed by electrical surge, and turns out it's Megavolt saying, "Don't worry, I'm not sticking around for your final. I'm sure you'll find the crowd is ready to go wild. Go get him!" And we see Darkwing Duck saying, "Mayor Olsen, it's me. I don't want to hurt you. But even more so, I don't want to hurt me." And of course, everyone tries to go for Darkwing Duck. And of course, we kind of see how Launchpad manages to save Darkwing Duck and takes their sort of jet ship out. And we see how Gosling comes up with a plan, as well as kind of knowing that if she does this, she could pretty much get her own phone, and comes up with a plan. And we kind of see how Darkwing Duck tries to chase Megavolt, and him saying, "There's a little too close for my comfort." And of course, Melly shots down the Quacker Thunder, and it comes crashing down. And of course, we see how Darkwing Duck shoots his sort of grappling gun to try to land the ship to safety, but of course, ends up with it throwing right into a lake. And of course, they have to come up with a plan, and they now know that Gosling's back where they were, and him saying, "You weren't getting videos of my big ceremony!" And of course, we kind of see how they decide to go back and come up with a new plan. So we kind of see how Goslin and Honker dress up as rock singers to kind of draw Megavolt back. And of course, we kind of see how he kind of decides to kind of take control of the situation. And of course, we see how Darkwing Duck saying, "No running, sip linen. Use those for stars, Goslin." And of course, we kind of see how Darkwing Duck tries to take on Megavolt. And after sort of grabbing onto a loose wire by mistake, ends up getting the shock of a lifetime. And of course, everyone in St. Canard being brought back to normal, with Darkwing Duck saying, "And that is why you can't have a cell phone. We owe you another great debt, Darkwing." "How about that? Just a little exciting. State decision." And of course, after this, Darkwing Duck hopes to get another good shot of his good side. And yeah, this is the story. I think, yeah, issue 1's not too bad. I think if this was an episode of the original cartoon, I think if Mayor Olsen at least had appeared in this series, I could have seen her being voiced by Whoopi Goldberg, or basically Cree Summers, or basically Oprah Winfrey. I think, yeah, I can see where Seth Rogen wants to kind of bring back Darkwing Duck, and I'm hoping that he's not going to make the same mistakes like with Santa Inc., and hopefully have the team behind the DuckTales reboot that they did to help kind of give him some pointers. So I think this issue definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewy here, signing out.